Hey, my wonderful sweet baby. So, today we're going to be talking about Caitlyn Jenner admitting that she is not a trans advocate and she wouldn't wish it on anyone. So, Caitlyn Jenner, who's formerly known as Bruce Jenner, actually took it upon herself to, state about things regarding the presidency. Now, she's been a pretty much proud advocate of being a Trump supporter. And a lot of people have always thought that was a bit contradictory due to the, policies that Trump stood for. If you guys are unaware, I did previously make a video here on TikTok. I don't believe I did one for YouTube, but previously I did do a video talking about how Trump was going to, exile the whole becoming trans thing. His goal is to pretty much make no doctor able to perform those acts on people because he thinks that it is a sign of mutilation. Now, I am going to say allegedly to these things because, just in case Trump decides to backtrack on these things, I don't want him coming for me. But there was a whole article in regards of that. But, I digress. Just want to protect myself just in case he wants to backtrack on anything. So many people are actually concerned because they're like, with that being said, how is it that a trans woman can support a man that wants to make being trans people, a thing of the past? Especially when everything was about becoming inclusive and, everybody being treated the same and trans rights and everything else. So here's actually how everything went down. Caitlyn Jenner took it upon herself to tweet this onto X. She says, "Hope is back in America. These two men will single handedly save Western civilization, and that starts with a strong United States of America. I am here at your service and forever indebted to your sacrifice for this country. Let's make America great again." So then another person actually checks her a little bit and says this. Fascinating seeing the most visible and vocal trans advocate in America support Trump. This is a true unity ticket. I sense a little sense of sarcasm. But then Caitlyn actually responds and says this. I am not a trans advocate. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. But I am a trans person. So here's my thoughts. So this used to be Caitlyn Jenner before she became Caitlyn Jenner. This was Caitlyn Jenner as Bruce Jenner. And although she's free to be an advocate for whatever she wants to be an advocate for, I must say that I disagree with her advocacy for trans people. Because I feel like, due to Caitlyn Jenner's influence, and of course, with her being a part of the Kardashian Jenner umbrella, I feel like she honestly made being trans people accepted. And I feel like with that being, what it is, that is kind of being an advocate for it. Because you gave so many trans people hope that, they also can be as brave to come forth and state that the body that they were born in isn't the body that they resonate with. So for you now to backtrack and say, hey, I'm not an advocate for this, nor was I ever an advocate, and that's not something I would wish on anyone, is actually kind of demeaning, especially to the, probably millions of people that were looking up to you and your bravery. And the even more selfish part is that you are a Trump supporter. As I stated previously, it was alleged that in Trump's whole, agenda, he was looking to actually stop people from becoming trans people. He looked at it as a form of mutilation, and he was actually threatening the practice of many doctors that were willing to perform these acts. So for now, for you to be able to be comfortable in living in your truth, but then be able to, wish upon other people to not be able to live in their truth, that's actually a bit, contradicting. So I feel like whether or not Caitlyn Jenner feels as if she is a advocate for trans people, she is a advocate for trans people. And I feel like with that being said, she actually owes these people an explanation as to why she felt so strongly to vote for Trump. And I'm not saying that she's not free to vote for whomever she wants to vote for. But I do think that at the same time, she does kind of have to, express to people why she feels so strongly to go down this road with Donald Trump, especially when we are fully aware with what most of his policies are, especially with the disregards to trans people. I'd like to know how Caitlyn Jenner is going to respond when he actually states that if there are trans people that want to become trans, they won't be able to. Caitlyn, I actually challenge you to a response to that. How would you actually respond to that, seeing as you are able to be a trans person, but then the next person that is actually wanting to be a trans person is not able to live in their truth? How are you going to have a rebuttal for them? Because it's almost like you took the trans person key and then you took off and ran. But yet, anybody else that wants it, you're telling them you wouldn't wish that on anyone else? I feel like now at this given moment, you've got to come back with a rebuttal and a way to actually appease these people since you have huge influence. Once again, you come from the Kardashian Jenner umbrella. So just with that name alone, you have tons of clout. And regardless, those people have huge influence and so do you. So I do feel like at this point you owe these people an explanation because of the backtracking that is going to happen with them in their progress. But that is my opinion. What's yours?